All right, this should be working. Starting stream health. Wait, this is the wrong name. Anyway, hi guys. I'm sure more people will be joining in. I put out a poll, not POL, asking people if they wanted me to have a uh, interesting. This is not letting me have the full chat. It's only top chat. So when you people use slurs, they don't appear. I put out a poll saying, "Hey, I'm doing 4 shows today. Do you want me to do a live stream afterward?" The tip jar is at the bottom right. You guys asked for that. I haven't set up crypto yet, although obviously I'm a huge crypto advocate and devotee or devotee, however you want to pronounce it. I want to thank like everyone who contributed last time. I was kind of taken aback because this is new to me, especially Drew and Aaron, who like gave me some serious dough. I'm very very flattered and grateful. I want to just also thank Alex and Matt and some fucking guy and Josh. So thank you so much. Um, yeah, so Somber Malice. So let me tell you what the situation was. So Saturday, by the way, I'm still wearing my makeup on because I wanted to show you guys what it looked like. So if you can compare my face to my hand, you can see the color is completely different. Um, so it actually was really fun because Tom Shalhoub put up a picture of me. I was on his show today on Twitter, and the two first comments were, "He's gained a lot of weight," and "Oh, I can see he definitely looks his age." So thank you for that. It's really appreciated. Makes me feel nice. Okay, so Saturday I had Fox and Friends. I had to wake up at 4:45 to get into. These are not working man's fingernails. Everyone thinks I get them manicured, but I don't. It's just because I type all day, so they get all filed down. Um, I have to wake up 4:45 to take the car to Fox and Friends. Usually, I'm a complete zombie, like incoherent. Like when I'm exhausted, I am. Fox and Friends is AM. When I fuck you, Cody. Who's that? Whoever that Brian person is, you're gonna get it. Um, my teeth are looking good. Whenever I am tired, because my schedule is go to bed at 2 a.m., wake up at 11, Monday through Sunday for years. And usually when I'm tired, I am extremely irritable and angry and nasty. But for some reason, I was fine, and I don't know what it was, and the I wasn't agitated, and the hit went very well, and I went home. That screwed up my day. The next day was daylight savings, and then this morning was 8 a.m. I had a call for Breitbart Radio, so I am still not caught up, and I'm still loopy, and these are the most first world problems I have ever had in my life. Thankfully, there's a cure for that, which is the unofficial sponsor of the Michael Malice live stream, Monster Energy. Um, I'm not seeing the chats. Hold on. Sorry, guys. By the way, thanks to all the support, now I can do super chats starting soon. They have to just verify it. I have enough views for that to happen. Um, if you were so tired, why did you look so nervous on Kennedy? Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. Although, thank you for phrasing it in that exact way. So Kennedy did. Let's start from the beginning. First, I had my Breitbart hits hit this morning. Breitbart Radio. Um, when I'm tired, this is not unique to me. My voice is all croaky, so I'll get on Patreon. I promise. My voice is all croaky. But it was with John Carney, who I've known for a very long time. Great guy. I was actually jealous of his brother Tim Carney because Tim once was on the McLaughlin group, at least many times, and that was always a bucket list of mine to be on the McLaughlin group, but not John McLaughlin died. They recently did a pilot with like Evan McMullen as being one of the people. It was just like, so I finally got to be on a panel on Kennedy with Tim Carney not that long ago. So that was a real hoot and a half um, to kind of pester him and be friends with him. I'm just giving the people what they want there, Jose. No way, Jose Rogan. um, so that was a lot of fun. What I really enjoy when I do Breitbart now I started doing is trolling the audience. Like when I was on Friday night or Thursday night, I think it was I made it a point to praise Hillary Clinton. And Rebecca Mansour, who was Sarah Palin's old social media manager, she called me out on it on the air. She's like, "You just piss off people wherever you go." I'm like, "Yeah, it's what I like to do. It's my fun." Then we had Dana Perino, which was on at 2 o'clock, and the reason that happened was on the 5 which the North Korean news broke. She's sitting there being like, "Who should I book?" And she mentioned some name, and then Gutfeld had to be like, Michael Malice. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea." So the thing about Fox and all this TV stuff, which people probably don't appreciate, because it's a lot more fun when you watch it in like a docudrama, everyone's really nice. Everyone's really collegial, and they get along genuinely. So like I was in the green room uh, with I promise you, Philip, you will never meet me. I promise. I was in the green room with Kilmeade. We're just talking Stormy Daniels. And what else is very cool about, Fox is where I do most of my stuff. They all get that I know North Korea inside and out, and they're very respectful and like very interested in hearing my thoughts and hearing me out, which is so different from my normal trolling behavior where everyone knows I am just being a troll. Um, so I go in there, I gave her crap about, why did Gutfeld have to remind me? She is very, first of all, she's like 4'11". She's so sweet and fun. And that's the thing, like, I get you guys like watching me on these shows. The reason why you probably like it so much, besides the fact that it's for the lulz, is it's really fun for me because these people are cool. And to get to go on a show knowing the president's watching and influencing North Korea policy, or to go on a show and clowning awful people, knowing it'll get back to them, is wonderful. So I have a hoot and a half doing that. It's really a blast. After Dana, I stayed around to do the Tom Shalhoub show, and Tom is also he is a caricature. I've told him this to his face many times. He is a uh, the chats are all saved. They're all uploaded to my YouTube channel. Um, Tom Shalhoub is like he like anything old timey he likes. Like if you had a test with 4 choices, you could fill out the answers for him because you know what he would like. That said, he does have an edge to him. He's even though he's very family, he's still a smart guy. He's got a that's not the word, cynical streak. Um, and what makes him a great interviewer, I think, is that he appreciates people for what they're trying to bring to the table. So and also the thing that I love about the Tom Shalhoub show is that it's Fox News Radio, so the audience is all like real Americans. So like there was some incident where that congressman from Montana, it was a primary. Uh, he body slammed a journalist and broke his glasses, and the journalist tweeted like, "Man, just body slammed me and broke my glasses." And people are calling in and saying, "Oh, this is a liberal setup. This never happened." It's just beautiful. So it's a lot of fun doing that show, getting the calls from real Americans, which we obviously don't have that much of here in Brooklyn, NYC. Then I went home to change, and as I've told you some before, um, I have an Excel. I got this idea from Steven Tyler, and if you guys haven't checked out Neil Hamburger, my favorite comedian, um, check him out. He's got a whole thing about Steven Tyler. It's just absolutely amazing. Um, and Steven Tyler, what he does is before he has he has a file of some kind, and he keeps track of what outfits he wore in each city so that he won't wear the same outfit twice. So I stole that idea, and that's what I do with my clothes. I keep track of what I wear in which show. So I went home after Tom Shalhoub, changed for Kennedy. And the thing is, why if someone commented I look nervous on Kennedy, well, it was live, so I really don't have a good concept of what people are finding appropriate and acceptable. So I always want to err on the side of caution. Here's an example. When we went to commercial, we were doing a bit about Hillary and her latest comments about Trump and this nonsense. And what I wanted to say was, it reminds me of the premise of the Golden Girls, where Sophia had a stroke and wasn't able to keep her yapper shut and just said whatever's on her mind. But then I'm like, am I, there's probably older people watching. Am I making fun of brain damage? So um, I changed that to something else, which you saw on the show. What I was really pleased about with the episode is that there were two commercial breaks, and I got the punchline in right before both of them. So that was a lot of fun. I was on with Mike Baker, who has a really good sense of humor, and Anthony Fisher, who's not particularly a humorist, but he's still a fun, decent guy. So 4 shows in one day, it gets exhausting, and I like running my yapper, but it gets to you. Okay, stroke humor never plays well to old people. LOL. It depends on the person, I guess. So that was kind of my day. You guys wanted to hear the debriefing. I guess I'll open the floor to questions if you want to know. I listened to your podcast with Thaddeus Russell. Your Jared Taylor impersonation needs some improvement. That's a lie. Because when I was talking to Pax Dickinson, who was one of the speakers at Charlottesville, I was going to speak at Charlottesville. I was thinking about it because I didn't think it was going to be a big thing. And I go, are these Nazis going to give me crap? He goes, just do your Jared Taylor impression. You'll be fine. Does Camille Paglia remind you of Rand? They do have some similarities, and I admire them both. The Kennedy episode will be up tomorrow. Squat, I do regular stance. I haven't tried the wide stance. What are your thoughts on the whole Lawrence Southern debacle? Ooh, that's a great question. I am frankly shocked at what is going on in the UK. The brazenness that they're doing these things is absolutely outrageous. And it wasn't just her, it was Brittany Pettibone also. So this is really bad. And this is crossing a line. And I don't know what happens from here, but I mean, this is terrifying. I mean, if you're going to be held basically captive without anything, it's just amazing to me. What do you think? Okay, you need to watch World Order. Let's start World War III. I do? Okay. What will happen if I drink 2 of these Monster Energy drinks? I don't know. Maybe you'll be twice as cool as me. Updating the Italian election. Yeah, like I hope you guys have been following this. So basically, it got split 3 ways between the leftists, the rightists, and the Five Star Movement. And the rightists, the right-wing party, took the lead in the coalition, jumping over Berlusconi's party. They went from like 3% to like 17 or 14. I don't remember what it was. And this is a big deal because they're really kind of a fringy party. And now it's a question of hung parliament. Who's gonna coalition with whom? It's crazy stuff. You said that Hamilton once said something along the lines that government or the British Constitution is good because of the corruption. Could you give me a concrete example that would support that? Sure. When you have the Bernie Sanders people basically wanting to have tax rates at 100%, it's good that companies can hire lobbyists to kind of mitigate that. So if you're going to open up the floodgates in one direction, you have to balance it in the other. Obviously, I'm for neither of those things, but that's an example where the corruption, in effect, helps the property. Oh, when you get a tip, little balls appear in the tip jar. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay. Hey, did you get my fan art? Are you going to speak at Upstate New York? Yeah, I am going to be speaking at Syracuse University next Tuesday, which is a week from tomorrow. You look kind of like Vox Day with that haircut. Vox Day and I both went to Bucknell. So there's like the one true ring. It goes Vox Day for like one like guy who makes fun of the left. So it's Vox Day. He graduates. Evan Coyne Maloney, who did the Hating Breitbart movie, took over. And then when Evan left, I took over. How cool will the Trump-Kim handshake be? I tweeted about that, and Kennedy actually mentioned that on the air tonight. Please list your 5 favorite episodes of Big Bang Theory in order. Well, user was blocked for that comment. Wait, McLaughlin's actually back? Ugh. I hope it's not with Evan. Thank you for the update of that. Peterson's pragmatic view of... So Jordan Peterson, I've never seen or heard him. I obviously know very much about him secondhand. I sat down and watched the clip where he said Ayn Rand was not a great mind. So all I have to say is, dead to me. My eyeballs hurt. What should I do? You got to get a pair of these fingernail scissors, and just jab him in really good. That'll make him feel better. Um, Fran Lebowitz rabbit hole. Your take on her? I mean, she's one of the best talkers in the world. She's absolutely amazing. What's your opinion, David? I don't know who that is. My favorite thing about Tom Woods is, jokingly, it's his taste in friends. I would say his how easygoing he is and how he likes to roll with the punches. It's really easy to talk to him and fun to talk with him. I'm not sure it's fun for you as well. Ever heard of Mencius Moldbug? I've talked to him. Have you? Um, what do you think is the most important thing we could do to help reduce government in our lives? I would say to increase contempt for the voting process and for politicians personally. Are you going to the Contra Cruise 2018? Hell no. Are you going to be out west doing anything in the near future? I am not. Hold on a second. I'm going to do this for another like 7 minutes, then I'm going to bounce. Stirner over Rand. I'm sure some of you guys saw on my Facebook, I have his first printing of Stirner from 1841, and I have Rand's copy of The Fountainhead. So you're not in a position to make that call, but I have. Any plans to visit Canada? Aaron, I love Canada. Someone was trying to get me to speak at some university. I don't remember which one it was. I would do that in a second. I'm not a big chugging with the monster. Are you going to what? Owen and Dave Smith's show? I haven't heard of it. Would you advise Trump on North Korea if he asked you to? Yeah, so whenever I'm on these shows that Trump watches, I always make it a point to compliment him because there is a possibility, it's not a big one, that I could actually get involved. It's not crazy. I mean, Scaramucci went from Fox to there, so... favorite province? I've only seen Toronto and Montreal, and Toronto I preferred, although I love them both. What can someone tell me what this Owen and Dave Smith thing is? That sounds pretty interesting. Am I a Proud Boy? No. When you say be well on Twitter, does that mean you've muted the person? Sometimes. But sometimes it's more like I'm done with you. Usually bye means I've muted you. And a lot of times when I say muted, I haven't actually muted the person. Okay. Thank you. Stand Up New York City, Owen and Dave. I have no details about that. Are the women that hot in Montreal? I don't think they were particularly hot. I don't think I said it that way. Owen is doing a comedy show in Brooklyn. I know who Owen is. We're boys. But if he's doing a comedy I'm going to text him right now. Let me text him right now. What's this I hear about you doing a comedy show in Brooklyn? This is, you guys want answers? You're getting answers. Let me give out his number while I'm at it. Okay. What's this I hear about you coming to Brooklyn? Okay, sent. What kind of chicks do you like, Malice? I am pretty wide-ranging taste. Anything that's the opposite of basic. That's my biggest turnoff. I can't do it. It's repulsive. How can I get you to come speak in my college? Yup, let's hang. Oh, why? Okay, why? I gotta hear from your fans though. LOL. Okay. Chat is impossible to read. Switch to Periscope. I can read it. You are the second best troll on Twitter. Well, thank you. That's very nice. Camus nonfiction. Just read either the Rebel or the Business of Sisyphus. Those are the only two big ones. What's the story behind Goggle It? I tweeted at Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna. I said, okay. I just got to ask Owen when. Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna were in a movie called A League of Their Own. And as part of the promotion for this movie, the two of them did a media tour together. They're on Cineo, they're on this, they're on that. It's always the two of them. And I tweeted out, I said, hey, in retrospect, were Rosie and Madonna parading around Thursday? Okay, fucker. a lesbian relationship in front of an unassuming American. Rosie's obviously gay. Obviously, Madonna's been with women. I mean, it would be something Madonna would like to do. She likes to troll people. And Rosie replies, "No, it was just two women being friends with each other. Goggle it." So yeah, Thursday. I got to put Thursday in my calendar for Owen Benjamin. Um, okay, okay, okay. Did you read 40K? I don't know what that is. March 15th, Thursday. Yeah, I just texted Owen. Thoughts on Roseanne Barr? Ooh, uh, I'm a big fan of her Twitter. I'm a big fan of her Twitter. Um, no, Jordan Peterson, Mike said Rand is not a great mind. Um, okay, a lot of these oh god, these comments. It's. Let me start trying to get through them. What book are you reading now, if any? If you go to my Goodreads.com, you can see what book I'm reading at any point. Right now, I'm reading a book called Sundown Towns, which could be two-thirds shorter. It's really really long. Will you get shit faced for St. Patty's Day? I'm a Thatcherite. No. Thoughts on Ian Fletcher's work on free trade? Don't know what that is. I'm not a Warhammer person at all. What is your opinion on Barry Weiss? I haven't been following it. Have you ever fallen for a troll? I'm sure. Uh, I can't think of one on the top of my head. Um, Peterson is for men that don't have fathers. Ouch. Is that a thing? Is that like his reputation? Um, oh, okay, so he's walked it back. Okay, that's good to know. What is your opinion on the great man theory of interpreting history, Thomas Carlyle? I was about to read Thomas Carlyle, and then I read the Wikipedia about him, and I'm like, and there's enough about this that's stupid that I'm not going to waste my time. And I know a lot of people on the alt right like him, um, and there's something to that great man theory, but it's not. I'm talking out of my ass because I haven't read him. Do you get ASMR? I don't know what that is. Uh, how do you read books when you are on Twitter 24/7? I type with my left hand and read with my right. Do you think Hillary Clinton presidency would be more or less entertaining than Trump? Much less. I mean, can you believe this shit? Um, there's a book if you want to learn about anti-Semitism. There's called the Satanization of the Jews, which is Camille Paglia recommended, which is very very good. Um, Dave Smith is appearing on Molyneux. Okay, you come off as exceedingly genuine on video and not at all on Twitter. Okay, that's true. I'm not here to troll people. I'm here to do a live stream and answer questions. Um, have you ever tried out for Jeopardy? I have not. Have you ever read Aquarius of Pyongyang? What do you think? How do you mesh being both an anarchist and a Hamiltonian? Aren't they the antithesis of each other? No. Hamilton is the only founding father who understood that the nature of government is corruption. He's the only red-pilled founding father. I read Chesterton's Man That Was Thursday. I thought it was crap. I didn't like it. Um, if you want to learn about anti-Semitism, go to Hayden, Idaho. I'm all set with my anti-Semitism needs. What's the best D&D campaign setting? Obviously Ravenloft. Come on. I have not. Do you like Bon Jovi? I see. I'm looking at this through my OBS, so it's hard for me to block people. What is? How do I get smart enough to read Tree of Gnosis? It's not a hard read at all. Um, are you for an American monarchy? I'm not. I'm just gonna take two more, then I'm gonna bounce. Second favorite founding father after Hamilton. Could be. I need to learn more about the fringe ones. I'm a hipster, so I want to know more about the ones that no one knows about. So, like, that would be my answer right now. Based on the famous ones, it would probably be Washington, which is a stupid answer. What are your thoughts on Thad Russell's? I want to hear your thoughts about the Thad Russell podcast because I had my interpretation, having lived it and not having listened to it, and people have been hitting him. And I want to please tweet at me or whatever what you thought. You don't have to tweet at him. Um, So, do you watch Internet Blood Sports? I don't. Name one good album from 2017. I'd have to look in my. Let me look at my iTunes right now, and I'll look at. It's not letting me sort correctly. Uh, so I can't answer that. I'm sorry. Um, what do we got here? I love when you're unregistered. Well, thank you. Okay. Thoughts on Teddy Roosevelt? Badass, but the devil. Oh, okay. So Daniel, you thought the unregistered was like Kathy Newman. Can you please expound on that? Um, I never watched the Jordan Peterson versus Kathy Newman. What's the hip hop question? I don't know what that's in reference to. Um, uh, hey Waffle, I'm not your puppet. Don't you get it? Do a stream with Dave Rubin. I haven't figured out how to do these streams with other people yet. I'm trying to work out the kinks, doing it myself and giving people what they want. Um, okay, that's interesting. You say Thaddeus is also. I see why people hate him. I didn't know he was hated. Uh, if you would, I'm the villain, not that. I'm always the villain. If you would expound on that, it'd be very interesting. Favorite '90s band? Is it Belly? It might be Belly. Um, favorite traveling Wilbury? It's got to be Roy Orbison. Has anyone you know ever been shadow banned? I mean, Donald Trump Jr. was. When he retweeted me, he wasn't appearing in my notifications. Okay, Jose, that's a great. That's what I thought. Yeah, I agree with both of you. Daniel also. Um, Dad says he doesn't believe in hierarchy. If you listen to the way he speaks, he sounds like he thinks he's better than everyone. Oh, that's a harsh statement. Someone said that to me yesterday. I've not met Charles Murray. That they thought he was talking down to me, and if he was, which I didn't really feel, he sure wasn't getting away with it. Yeah, I thought he was being aggressive too. It was very odd to me. Um, oh God, wow! I didn't realize Thad is this has this much animosity toward him. That's unfortunate because I think his book is so important and so revelatory. Um, there needs to be a full debate between you and Thad and postmodernism. I I didn't know someone asked me in my other live stream what I thought about him versus Jordan Peterson, and then I heard what Thad said about postmodernism on Joe Rogan, and I was like, honey, no, no. Um, Interesting. The comments on Thad about gender and race is probably the most hated guest, at least in the comments. Wow, that's so interesting. That's the other thing. I didn't feel Thad was talking down to me because I was his first guest. So obviously he either sees me as a freak show, which I don't think he does, or maybe a little bit because I am a little bit. But he does have genuine affection toward me, and vice versa. Um, Holy shit! Look at all this Thad hate. Wow. Yeah, Joel. I also thought that he was acting a little weird, and I didn't know where it was coming from. Postmodernism is just listen to what Camille Pogba has. It's so stupid to me in every way. Postmodernism. And I am a fan of modernism. I'll defend modernism. Um, wow, the Rogan podcast with that has tons of downvotes. Wow, that's fascinating, huh? I thought it was weird. I'm gonna put this out there. Maybe I shouldn't, but I thought it was weird that he opens up by being like, "You have more Twitter followers than me now." I'm like, I don't think of it in those terms. Like, I can't do what he does. He can't do what I do. I'm on Twitter a lot more than him. So I thought that was a weird thing to throw out there. I'm like, where are you going with this? Um, of course, you'll defend modernism. Your favorite book is The Fountainhead. Well, if you read The Fountainhead, you know she satirizes the modernists pretty heavily, including Lois Cook, which is a stand in for Gertrude Stein. So you just got served. Um, Thomas, you say he's giving me a compliment about my Twitter. It wasn't the energy wasn't complimentary. Status on going onto Crowder's show. He's never called me. Um, I hope I never get banned too, Carl. 8K downvotes to 3K upvotes. Holy shit! Are you serious? Yo. Wow. Okay, this is very helpful to me, and I guess this is something I could take away from these live streams because I don't. The feedback I'll get on Twitter is not going to be um, always helpful, but in live chat, it's going to be pretty selective for people who think I'm not a complete piece of crap. Um, How do you feel about gun stores raising gun limits to 21? It's unconstitutional. It's crazy. I would do any show pretty much as long as a big enough audience. Um, Thad wouldn't say trees can't get a woman pregnant. Is that a joke? Scariest person on the left as far as intelligence and influence. That's such a good question. Right now, there's nobody. I don't think they have any brilliant minds, and there's very few on the right. Gavin McIngus. By the way, where that joke comes from is Steve Brule. Check it out, which is like I think my favorite comedy show. That's mind-bogglingly dumb. Thank you so much, Chris. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. The first time I saw you, I felt you were genuine for being on TV. Okay, I don't understand what that means. He would not acknowledge trees cannot impregnate women. Wow. Who is the most brilliant person alive today? Is it Paglia? I don't know if it's her. She's up there. I don't know. How do you feel about Cato? I interned there, and that's my final answer. Okay, I hope this was fun and helpful. Which, why would it be helpful? That's stupid. Thanks for the support. It's appreciated but not expected. And I'll be doing these fairly frequently, especially now the book is turned in. So now I can have super chats, so I'll actually be able to see your questions. I'll talk to you soon, guys, and you are welcome.